Well, let's go straight to Hamburg, where we find SABC's acting political editor, Mzwandile Mbeje. Mzwandile, good afternoon. So this G20 bringing together the major advanced and emerging market economies, where they'll discuss trade, climate change and protectionism, all on the agenda. But give us a sense of what South Africa wants to take out of the summit. You spoke to both the finance minister and the president, I believe.
Thank you very much, Devon. Indeed, this is a G20 which is very important. On the table are a range of issues. And of course, South Africa being the only African member, so is here to really represent South Africa's interest and indeed Africa's interest. When we spoke to Minister Gigaba earlier, I heard your clip as well. So he made it clear that he is here to really speak to his colleagues, because we need to take an advantage as a country that the world economy is starting to pick up, Devon. So what he wants to do is that after this, he will then unveil what he called a 13-point plan, which will give a way forward in terms of the recovery of our economy. They want to make sure that the growth story of South Africa gets resuscitated. That's the same sentiment we got at Devon from the president when we spoke to him yesterday. We said, you know, you are here in Hamburg and there are a lot of issues that are being discussed, particularly when you refer to countries like the US, which are very clear that as much as they do want to work with everyone else, but it's their interest first. We also spoke about the issue of the Brexit. We are saying here are people who are part of the biggest market in the world, but they are exiting it. So what does this say with regards to our prospects? So what the president and minister effectively said was that they are here really to try and foster dialogue, because the majority of nations here is that we need to talk in order to be able to get this economy back on track. So that is the thrust of the argument. There is a range of stakeholders that they are meeting, so which will make sure that whatever message they are putting across gets heard, and then the South African story is told better.
And that's the point, isn't it, Mzwa? I mean, of course, South Africa attends the summit as global growth improves, but here at home, we're in a recession and uncertainty continues to spook investors. So I would imagine our team has a lot of convincing to do.
I didn't get your question that clear, Devon. Perhaps if you can repeat it.
That's why I'm saying our team in Hamburg has got a lot of convincing to do as far as our economic growth is concerned when it comes to investors.
We spoke to Minister Gigaba earlier, as I've mentioned. He says they are here really to make sure that they are assuring the investors. You must know that the fact that it's largely government representatives who are here, these are people who are by and large responsible in terms of putting regulation and policy to make sure that the economies get going. So the minister is effectively saying he is here to meet with his colleagues and to assure them that South Africa's policy framework is going to be clarified, because I think that's the other sense we got, because when we mingled and spoke to a number of other people besides the official or the officials from South Africa. So we wanted to get the sense of how do they view South Africa, what do they think of what is happening in South Africa, given the state of our economy. I think one of the thrust or one of the issues that is coming up is that I think South Africa needs really to be very clear in its policy framework. Once it's able to do that, so it will be able then to attract investment, because the country is stable, the country has strong institutions, the country is known for really playing a very crucial role in maintaining stability in the world. But if there appears to be signs that there is a bit of instability with regards to the policy, so the investors would take a watch and look a posture. So that's what Minister said, to say, you know what, we are here to ensure that that perhaps confusion that still exists is eliminated. Hence, he said, I think in the coming weeks, he'll be unveiling a 13-point plan which will deal with that issue, Devon.
Well, thanks very much. Live from Hamburg in Germany, Mzwandile Mbeje, SABC. reporter there talking to us about that G20 summit.